Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
CNN's Acosta screams rudely at Trump and kids at Easter egg roll, president shuts him down. CNN's Jim Acosta made waves at the annual White House Easter egg roll. The event is for the kids, but Acosta just couldn't help himself as he screamed questions at President Donald Trump, who is coloring with a group of young children. Trump didn't waste any time shutting down the rude CNN reporter after Acosta refused to stop shouting one question. You'll love how the president turns it into a win and makes Acosta look like a fool. What kind of idiot interrupts the president while he is coloring with kids at the annual Easter egg roll? The answer is CNN's Jim Acosta, who is known for his brazen outbursts at White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Acosta does not hide the fact that he is biased against Trump, which makes his assignment as a White House correspondent troubling, to say the least. President Trump is the master at getting the upper hand in moments like this. Consider Trump during the presidential debates and his astute instincts for taking a reporter's question and ad-libbing a devastating comeback. This is what he did to Acosta. Fox News reported, CNN chief White House correspondent Jim Acosta was slammed on Monday for shouting questions at President Trump while he was coloring with young children at the White House Easter egg roll. The annual egg roll brings families from all over the country for a day of Easter-related festivities, which Trump's 12-year-old son, Barron, and many of his grandchildren also attended. Fox adds, but Acosta, while the president was seated with a group of youngsters, shouted, "Mr. President, what about the DACA kids? Should they worry about what is going to happen to them, sir?" So, you get the picture. Trump's seated while coloring with young kids, and the interloper Acosta breaks the mood by screaming like a banshee. In this YouTube video, you can't hear Acosta, which we will get to later, but you can hear Trump's response. The Democrats let them down, and that's a shame. And now people are taking advantage of DACA, and that's a shame, said Trump, and then he went back to coloring. Like we have said, Acosta's behavior was so rude, other reporters were angry at him and tweeted out their feelings along with the video of Acosta screaming out his lame questions. Here's Jim Acosta yelling at Trump about DACA while the president colors with Barron, Melania and children gathered at the White House, tweeted Benny Johnson, a reporter at the Daily Caller. Johnson added in another tweet, Jim Acosta just yelled at Trump while he was coloring with children at the WH Easter egg roll. What about the DACA kids? Didn't you kill DACA? Trump responded saying the Dems really let them down. Then Trump kept coloring. Press corps groaned. Twitter erupted with leftist reporters defending Acosta, even though Barack Obama was never ever interrupted at the Easter egg roll or any event where kids were present. This was not a press conference, obviously, and Jim Acosta proves once again that he's all about Jim Acosta. Ben Shapiro responded to CNN's biggest idiot by tweeting, "Jim Acosta loves him some Jim Acosta," which was also a response to Acosta tweeting at Benny Johnson a sarcastic tweet saying, "Thanks for your coverage, Benny." James Hassan tweeted, "I give this Acosta performance a 3/10. No poem this time, Jim? Are you even trying anymore? Most Americans are pretty fed up with Jim's antics. It seems he's so full of himself that he thinks screaming DACA questions will get him some big ratings at CNN." The Daily Caller reporter Benny Johnson finally had enough of the leftist idiots comparing how the press treated Barack Obama, which made him tweet, "I covered a couple of Obama-era WH Easter egg rolls. Never once did I see the press use it as an opportunity to shout questions at the president in front of his children and wife, and dozens of other gathered children. Maybe I missed something?" We all know that Obama was treated like a king and that no one in the mainstream media did their job. They were part of the Obama administration, backing up his lies and covering for his scandals, like Benghazi and Fast and Furious. Jim Acosta would not have dared scream at Obama as he did Trump. You know the media is dead wrong when they become the story. Here's hoping that this latest outburst by Acosta was enough to throw him out of the press corps for good. He has no business pretending to be an unbiased source. He is a hack, and he is not a very bright hack either. Time to send him packing. Arrogant Roseanne producer makes defiant move in show to make everyone watching know she hates Trump. The entertainment world is abuzz with the one unexpected success of sitcom reboot Roseanne last week. The politically infused TV show did what liberals hoped would never happen, and it showed the country wants to support a balanced comedy. While the political leanings of Hollywood has been made clear from the start, Roseanne was a reminder that the entire nation isn't in love with the Clintons, and they might want a little political diversity. While many TV producers are taking a hard look at how much of their programming they want to be dedicated to the Democratic cause, at least one liberal producer on the famed, and now once again successful, show is making it clear that the show isn't about politics, and it certainly isn't about President Trump. Producer and on-screen daughter, Sarah Gilbert, aka Darlene Connor, is one of the masterminds behind the show, and she wants you to know that the show isn't going to be all about political issues. The Daily Mail reports that Gilbert wants the show to be about families. The Roseanne reboot will never use President Trump's name despite political strife being front and center of the show. Sarah Gilbert, who executive produced the reboot and stars as daughter Darlene Connor, said the show is not about politics itself, but about the effect differing beliefs has on a family. As a result, we never say his name, Gilbert told Watch What Happens Live. Gilbert, who is a lesbian and married to singer-songwriter Linda Perry, made the comments after star Roseanne Barr put out a cryptic tweet about President Trump freeing children held in bondage. While the show might be all about families, Roseanne Barr herself is no shrinking violet when it comes to voicing her political beliefs. The actress, comedian doesn't shy away from talking politics to anyone who will listen, as you can see, including her social media audience. While Gilbert is no doubt aware that the Roseanne show can't go on without Roseanne, she doesn't share the same feelings, and she lets the world know about it on screen. Gilbert said, "The show is not about politics. It's not about anyone's position or policy, it's really about what happens to a family when there's a political divide, which is something that I think the entire country can relate to and something we need to talk about. So, with our show, it's never about doing an issue or doing politics, it's how do these things affect a family unit." Barr previously tweeted, "President Trump has freed so many children held in bondage to pimps all over this world. Hundreds each month. He has broken up trafficking rings in high places everywhere. I disagree on some things, but give him the benefit of doubt for now," she continued. After initial confusion, Barr retweeted several links reporting recent law enforcement initiatives against human trafficking, including a March 13 White House statement announcing that DHS had made 1,602 arrests and 578 convictions in trafficking cases in 2017. But for many, Barr's cryptic message, which came on the heels of her wildly successful sitcom reboot, appeared to be a callback to earlier mentions she has made of the canon conspiracy theory. In response to the storm of speculation, Barr posted again a few hours after the initial tweet, "I have worked with victims of trafficking for decades and supported the fight against it. Sorry to have mentioned it here. It's not the place." Also known as the storm, the canon theory is based on a series of anonymous and highly cryptic posts on the message board 4chan, which purport to be written by a high-level insider at the Trump White House. Q is a reference to Q Clearance, the Department of Energy security classification that offers the broadest level of access to top secret and secret restricted data granted by the U.S. government. Though Q's posts are sometimes cryptic to the point of nonsense, in broad strokes the theory maintains that Trump is locked in a secret battle with evil elements at the highest level of government. The theory references earlier conspiracy theories such as Pizzagate, purporting that top-level Democrats are engaged in satanic child sex abuse and child sex trafficking. Barr's Tuesday premiere of the Roseanne reboot drew some 18 million viewers, making it a smashing success. Trump even called to congratulate Barr, a Trump supporter herself whose sitcom aims to portray the real-life concerns of his working-class base. Even though the Connor family is supposed to represent Middle America and the challenges that affect the middle class, it's not immune to the icy touch of Hollywood and its liberalism. While we might wish that it were an unadulterated reflection of the hard-working Americans whose entire family has the good sense to know that they didn't want another term of Clinton's in the White House, for now, we'll have to satisfy ourselves with just a few level-headed conservatives on our small screens. HT, Daily Mail. Jeff Sessions has an ace up his sleeve that's better than a second special counsel. Many of us feel a lot of frustration in regards to Attorney General Jeff Sessions' decision not to appoint a second special counsel to probe FISA abuses. Turns out Sessions has an ace up his sleeve and it's way better than a second special counsel. From Breitbart. Washington, D.C., Professor Jonathan Turley, a top national legal expert on government investigations, commented on Thursday about Attorney General Jeff Sessions' decision to bring in U.S. Attorney John Huber. Turley called it brilliant to combine all the powers of the U.S. Department of Justice's Inspector General with a prosecutor who can bring charges, seek indictments, and get results for President Trump far more quickly than a second special counsel. Turley is a law professor at George Washington University, who attained national fame during the 1998 impeachment of President Bill Clinton as a top legal authority on special counsels and congressional investigations of government wrongdoing, including criminal wrongdoing. His reputation has only grown during the intervening 20 years, as he has weighed in on scandals and investigations of public officials from both political parties. Sessions sent a letter to House Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Goodlatte, RVA, House Oversight Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy, RSC, and Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley, REA, informing them that Huber is conducting a full-fledged criminal investigation into all the matters Republicans are calling for a special counsel to investigate. Huber has been investigating these possible crimes for 5 months, since November 13, 2017. During an interview on Lou Dobbs's Fox Business Network show, Turley explained to guest host Stuart Varney that the media are wrongly reporting that Sessions will not appoint a second special counsel. He did not foreclose the possibility of a special counsel, he insisted. Instead, Turley explained that Sessions has ordered Huber to team up with the Inspector General, IG, within the Justice Department to investigate these matters. Sessions informed Congress in his letter that all the matters recommended for investigation by Goodlatte, Gowdy, and Grassley are fully within the scope of Huber's existing mandate. He also informed the chairman that Inspector General Michael Horowitz, who is working with Huber, has a staff of 470 investigators, giving Huber access to enormous investigative firepower that far exceeds the staff of any special counsel. That point is critical because, as Sessions' March 29 letter explains, the Inspector General's jurisdiction to conduct civil and criminal investigations includes actions taken by former employees after they have left government service. Then Huber can act on any of those matters. As a U.S. attorney, Huber has full authority to impanel a grand jury and to file criminal charges. A grand jury can be impaneled anywhere, which means that it could be a group of citizens from deep red Utah, in the heart of Trump country, instead of the D.C. swamp that decides whether to hand down indictments for felony prosecution. The Inspector General's jurisdiction extends not only to allegations of legal violations, but also to allegations that department employees violated established practices as well, Sessions added in his letter, which means that the IG's report can hold people accountable even for actions that do not violate a specific statute. I think, Sessions, did the right thing here, said Turley. I think the president should listen to General Sessions on this one. Sessions can always appoint a special counsel, Turley explained, but that should not even be necessary because Huber has the ability to prosecute cases. Do these prosecutors have the same power to investigate and get to the bottom of things that a special counsel would have? Varney asked. Actually, yes, Turley answered. I think people are missing what could be a brilliant move here by Sessions. What he did is he essentially combined the powers of the Inspector General with the powers of a line prosecutor. This prosecutor does have not just the experience and training to look for a criminal case, he has the ability to move a case of that kind in court, Turley emphasized. Not only that, but if Sessions believes crimes were committed, but Huba for some reason does not bring charges, Sessions has reserved the right to go ahead and appoint a special counsel, said Turley. That's a powerful combination, he observed. When Varney asked if Huba and Horowitz's status as Obama holdovers creates a possible problem for Sessions and President Trump, Turley said no, observing that each man has a great reputation as a dogged investigator. Breitbart News has separately confirmed that Utah Senators Orrin Hatch and Mike Lee, both of whom are Republicans who support aggressive investigations of these scandals, enthusiastically supported Huba to be reappointed by President Trump as his U.S. Attorney in Utah. The Senate confirmed Huba in 2017 for a second term. Huba is a Utah lawyer, not a D.C. lawyer. That distance between him and Washington is very important, Turley explained, because Huba is not part of the deep state, that is, not cozy buddies with the cocktail party scene that is suspected of perpetrating all of these actions against President Trump and his administration. Turley said President Trump should be very happy that Sessions chose this route of appointing Huba, who has the power to seek indictments and prosecute cases, and teamed him up with Horowitz, who has 470 investigators at his disposal, if the president wants to see swift and decisive action. If a special counsel were appointed, there would be a great deal of delay, Turley stated, versus the team of Huba and Horowitz, who are already 5 months into this investigation.